Lake Seminole is the confluence of the Flint and Chattahoochee rivers and the headwaters of the Apalachicola River, which flows south into the Gulf of Mexico. The lake was created between 1947 and 1952 by the construction of the Woodruff Lock and Dam, which was named for a prominent Georgia businessman. The towns of Sneads and Chattahoochee are located on the western and eastern sides of the lake, respectively. The lake was opened to the public in 1957. Since the lake sits astride the borders of 3 states, it has become a popular destination for outdoor activities for Alabamians, Georgians, and Floridians alike. The lake has a surface area of 37,500 acres, and it has a shoreline of 376 miles. Various fishing tournaments are held here throughout the year, as it's notable for its largemouth bass, crappie, catfish, and other species. It's also a popular spot for duck hunting, and one can even view the occasional bald eagle nesting nearby. There are numerous parks and campgrounds located along the shoreline, several of which are maintained by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, which also runs the Woodruff Lock and Dam. There are also various state parks, including Three Rivers State Park on the Florida shore, which I also visited today. Three Rivers may look rough today, but it looked a lot worse 2.5 years ago after Hurricane Michael plowed through the Panhandle, ripping our pine forests to shreds as well as destroying many homes, businesses, and lives. However, the state park system is working on restoring the area, and hopefully it won't be too many years before the pine forest canopy is grown back. From the shores of the park, one can find many areas to view the lake and enjoy the natural beauty which is developed around this man-made lake. The Woodruff Lock and Dam reaches across the Florida-Georgia state line as well as the central and eastern time zones, and it's currently the state of Florida's only source of hydroelectric power. I once visited the dam on a 4th grade field trip, but unfortunately I don't remember too much about its inner workings. Though the rivers are not as heavily trafficked as larger rivers in the south, the lock allows for shipping to reach from as far inland as Columbus, Georgia, all the way out to the Gulf of Mexico. The western end of the dam is the former site of an old Spanish mission, which was called San Carlos De Los Chacatos, which was established by Spanish Franciscans in the late 1600s to convert the local Native American population. But after attacks by opposing tribes as well as British regulars, the site was abandoned after about 20-some-odd years. Under the lake's surface is the site of Fort Scott, which was established in 1816 to protect what was then the USA's southern border with Florida Territory. Right along the river, where there's a centuries-old Indian mound, a group of Seminole warriors fired on a boat carrying soldiers who had earlier raided an Indian settlement nearby. Nearly all aboard were killed in what came to be called the Scott Massacre. There are so many interesting bits of history to be found here, like the ones I've mentioned already. Like many places in the Florida Panhandle, there's so much more here than what you see on the surface.